there is a very disturbing development that ensued yesterday after Dr. Ngozi Orabueze passed a motion to sponsor or enact a law or a bill that will empower all Biafrans to procure arms in defense of themselves. These have raised several reactions and controversies. The reason why Ngozi Orabueze should consider that as a viable alternative, considering the current realities where we have recorded several casualties after the restoration of the Biafran state, which happened on 29th of November, which is just about 2 months plus now. The level of casualties, killings of the indigenous people of Biafra is quite alarming, ranging from the activities of the terrorist groups or the Fulani militias and the alleged subjugations and forceful disappearances by the Nigerian military or security operatives have raised several concerns. And so many Biafrans are asking that if you claim to be the deputy prime minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, what are you doing? Biafrans are dying. Biafrans are dying in their thousands on daily basis. And in fact, the escalation is something alarming that needs urgent attention. This is quite interesting. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze came yesterday to say that she is going to pass a bill that will empower all Biafrans in the de facto homeland to procure arms. Now, this is a woman who has once expressed that Biafran has been totally liberated, that what we are having now is the full restoration of the Biafran, the United States of Biafra. Now, how can you be passing such a bill in a strange land? You are resident in US, and you are passing a bill that will jeopardize all Biafrans, the indigenous people of Biafra within the de facto homeland. This have raised several concerns to the point that even Ada Dioramma, or known as Ada Ndegede, na Ada Ndiche, has to have some confrontation or altercation, rejecting the position of Ngozi Orabueze, citing concerns, security concerns, that will be an opportunity for the Nigerian government and their security operatives to annihilate the entire Biafrans, going house to house in search and massacring. People are crying and raising alarms over the renewed attack killings within the eastern part of the country. Now, Biafrans are asking Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, what are you doing to protect the Biafrans as they are being slaughtered and killed on daily basis? Now, you claim to have the structure of that was laid down by Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Now, what are those structures for? If not to defend the people, the security and the life of Biafrans. It's quite unfortunate that this is happening today, and people has begun to see some lapses, lacunas, incapability in the administration of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze that made Biafrans to begin to question the veracity of such assertion. How can you be passing a bill that will empower the Biafran people to possess guns in defense of themselves? You are giving Nigerian government and the security operatives a go-ahead order to wipe off and annihilate the entire Biafran. What happens to your own defense system? You claim you have the structure of Mazi Simon Ekpa, which Simon Ekpa said upon the declaration restoration of the Biafran state, that the Biafran Defense Force are capable to defend the territorial integrity of the Biafran state. 2 months down the line, after 2 months of the declaration, you claim you are in charge, you have the structure, you have everything, but it is becoming clearer to all Biafrans today to question, of course, what is playing out. And some Biafrans are asking, what happens to the denotions, the new dimension denotions? If you ask Biafrans to protect themselves, to buy arms and protect themselves. As Ada Diorama was asking before she was muted by Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, I watched the program. It is quite a very disturbing one. Dr. Ngozi has to mute Ada Diorama that were protesting, said this is not in the good interest of the Biafrans. It was intended to wipe off the Biafrans. A justifiable reasons for Nigeria to begin search, house to house search, and you know what that means? That will be a very unforgettable experience, a very brutal experience. Now, what happens to the Biafran Defense Force? If you claim you have the structures, what happens to the defense force? Because Simon Ekpa said the structure he has laid down, that the security defense force of the Biafrans have the capacity to defend Biafra after declaration. What happens to the structure of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Biafrans are dying in their numbers, and it's quite disturbing. Of course, you made public that you are going to recruit another new security defense force. What is happening to the former defense force? And the ones you are recruiting, why are Biafrans being killed? The invasion by the Fulanis, where children, families, even worshippers were massacred in their scores, is quite alarming. The question Biafrans are asking now, what are you doing to defend the cause of Biafra? Suggesting to pass a bill or enact a law. How do you enact a law in a strange land? Why you have not fully defended? The Biafrans are dying on daily basis. You have not fully restored. There is no full liberation of the Biafran government, of the Biafran sovereignty have not been fully restored. And you are passing a law to procure arms in defense of the people you are far from. That is quite disturbing. And Biafrans are beginning to see that this is something else, that this is not in the interest of the safety and defense of Biafrans. The question is, they are asking majority of the Biafrans, what happens to the new dimension, donations and contributions that has been you have initiated in the about 2 months plus now? Now, what happens to the defense force? You cannot be asking defenseless citizens of Biafra, in quote, to begin to defend themselves, to go and buy guns. How much? People that are hungry, ravaged by the hunger, starvation, and economic dilemma within the, of course, Nigerian controlled state. You are not asking to go and procure arms. Who will give them the money for arms? What happens to the defense force? You are bragging, you are recruiting, you have under your control. That are questions Biafrans must ask. Biafrans must not be gagged as they are speaking out this moment. And you have an answer. You must provide an answer to these questions. If you claim you are in control of the structure set up by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what happens to the defense force? What happens to the money you have been donating over this period of time? Why are Biafrans being killed? These are important questions, and it is out of place for someone who understands the nature of the terrain within the Nigerian government and how Nigerian authorities are framing at any slightest provocations, or even people you have not declared the procurement of arms, empowering Biafrans to procure arms, and people are dying like this. Let alone when you give them the license to kill, to invade and slaughter people at will. It is quite disturbing. Any responsible government or any responsible person cannot contemplate on this position, because it's an outright conspiracy to annihilate and subjugate the entire Easterners, because this is uncalled for. You are talking about restoration, full restoration and declaration and recognition of the restored declaration of the sovereign state of Biafra. And you are asking the people to go and protect themselves. It is quite ridiculous. It means you have no any idea. You have no security defense force under your control to protect the people. Simon Ekpa will not make such blunder. Nnamdi Kanu will not ask the people to take up arms and defend themselves. So what is happening? Why is your case different? You are not asking. Even when Adadio Rama was interjecting, was trying to explain or give her own opinion concerning this matter, that this is not in the interests of Biafra. She is not supporting that, so that the blood of the slain Biafrans will not be required of her. She said it is not good because it will be a license to kill Biafrans the more. What happens? Simon Ekpa will not ask Biafrans to defend themselves, because he said he has the capacity, the structure for the Biafran Defense Force to defend the territorial integrity of Biafrans. What happens to them? And you told Biafrans you are going to recruit new ones to defend them. All of a sudden, you are changing like a chameleon. That is quite disturbing. I'm not insulting the person of anybody, but any sensible person must begin to reason otherwise. What is playing out? Are Biafrans being blindfolded? Are they not understanding the handwriting on the wall? Now you are going to tell the defenseless aged mothers and fathers who are now left in different villages to go and buy guns to defend themselves? You know what that means? You are setting them up for total annihilation. You are not saying, okay, with the money, so-called money that you have raised, that you are going to use it to defend the Biafran or the people of Biafrans who believe in your cause. And eventually, they are asking today, where is that money? How can you ask indigenous people to rise up and defend themselves in the face of these current realities, in the face of these current subjugations, oppressions, killings, and forceful disappearances? It is quite laughable, and that have raised some level of doubt among Biafrans that perhaps you don't know exactly what to do next. You have brought Biafrans to the point of confusion, and they are wallowing in these confusions. Surprisingly, among your cabinets today, they are rejecting or disagreeing with their positions, but your insistence that whether they can buy gun or not, this is not your problem. Whether they are poor or not, you are not considering the implications and the consequences, the grave consequences, the destructive consequences this might have on Biafrans. Go to East today. The number of people that have been killed in the last 2 months or 70 days or less than 70 days is quite alarming. And now you are empowering the supposed enemies to have audacity, to have a point, to have a standing or a ground to invade even regions and areas that have not been reached.
When you're analyzing your own opinion,
you know, also forget about forget about them, because Fulani will come and wipe all of them out. She know that they don't have money to buy guns. She know that they cannot protect themselves. He said, forget, I have a mission. You know what our mission is? I know they cannot buy guns. I know they cannot protect themselves. They will all perish. That is what she's saying. Forget about protect themselves, and you know they don't have gun. Forget about Ngozi, blessing Ezobika. Chineke ga ogide go from beginning to end. They got one on we fere ke gang on we fere.
It's your own opinion. Now I want to correct you.
Correct your papers there, idiot.
Yeah, listen, yeah, but what I'm saying, listen to me. What I'm saying is this. I don't think Bobiko, just say your own opinion. Okay, you have 1 minute to say that.
When you want to prove an example, you know, in 2 minutes, man, because
so just talk about your
own. If I never get a home, I can't buy a kind of I see the door. Oh, yeah, never. So, my how kind of if you want to put that now, they put a buy who and she go by a 2 I had to defend nowhere.
Okay.
And DJ will take this bill, pass this bill. In fact, no super chances all of them. Because if the police nanda and investigate only have a trabie, I see our Biafran government, the government on us room to take away defending. And the Fulani, on I say, I do want to Fulani Nabia, oh Fulani na. On Daminabia and Dana, and the guy is a patable phone, take a snap power. The little Nayoka, Biafran government, when I guess we protect our land. Our people are in the middle of the year. On whatever I gave, on whatever I gave, but get this guy to go level, will protect which here another now atrocities and I talk now I don't know cannot even a man about no one pass at this bill.
Okay, next person. You got our
Biafran government, my own opinion. Let Biafran government when I guys when let's protect the life of our people. Our people are not capable to protect themselves.
Okay. Go ahead. Adandembo, we heard you. Thank you so much.
You moved me, some you had me.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Our people let us what was you let them protect our land. You know, another pen cannot take
in our land. It's too much now.
It's too much.
And the way Nigerian terrorist government are killing our people.
Adandembo, we heard you. Thank you so much.
You moved me, some you had me.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Our people let us what was you
it is done on Adadorama because Adadorama now. Adadorama Burane now, Oboana. Gawa the Homa, Lawakana Lawata Adadorama is a big problem for her.
Yes.
Do you understand? She's in between now. She doesn't know what to do because she has said a lot of evil things against the government of her peers.
Exactly.
So she cannot come back.
Yes.
Do you understand? Look at what this woman, this monarchy is saying. That our people fight God. Why do they? So woman wants the Nigerian terrorists to annihilate our people, to annihilate our people.
She's on a mission, and that's her mission.
This woman is trying to. She wants our people to be annihilated. What this woman is telling our people now is this: that she doesn't have any army to protect them. This army that she's claiming that she has, it doesn't have anybody to protect them.
The army she have already sent them. They are the people that are, you see them now buying people. They are Fulani. Now you see that what she asked them to do, they are doing otherwise. So she doesn't have any army to protect. The army she have is to destroy, and they are destroying. Now she's asking the people to protect themselves against the army she sent to destroy them.
And these people, this non-entity sitting there are not asking Ngozi, the money we are giving to you to send to the men on the ground that you claim that you have liberation army backing our people, protecting our people. Where are the money going?
Okay.
So, Biafrans, what else do you know that Ngozi is not fighting for you? Since our PM was around, has our PM asked anyone to grab Bible to protect himself? Did the man not say something? Our PM said that after the redeclaration of Biafra, that the Biafra Defense Forces, the Liberation Army, are going to defend our land to the last place. And this one is calling you, telling you to go and buy God. What evidence again, Biafrans, do you people need? Which evidence again? Even DOS members are not so wicked up to like this. DOS, they are not wicked up to like this. They do not have people to go and buy God. Why will this woman telling our people to go and buy God for Nigerian soldiers to annihilate them?
And you know the worst, she is passing it as a bill, a law, and she says it's a law, a law. You know what it means to pass
a law? You are US.
A law.
A bill, you are US passing a bill in Biafra land. And the people are following her. Who does that? Why does such a thing happen? How can you be in another man's country, ruling your people, the people that you claim that you have liberated? Where are the Biafra Liberation Army? Where are they? That the people are contributing money, giving to you. Where are the money going? Ngozi? I'm going there here. I'm going there. To be honest with you.
That, because the whole thing is open now. Those that know that they have been on the wrong side, thank God, you should thank your star that it happened very quickly, so that you will be able to have the time,
Honestly,
enough time to return home. Enough time to return home.
honestly,
If I thank you,
this thing happened so quick. The God of our life is at work.
You know, that woman is a snake in the green grass, you know.
very big one.
So all these kiosks that started from her. She was the one that
You have said
destroyed
something that I want to
everything.
hear. You know she started it, and now she
Yes,
wants to end it. She started everything.
Adadorama started it because she is playing the game of fight in the brigade
Yes,
cabinet. Yes,
yes,
both in the cabinet and the media, because she thought that after our PM, Ngozi Orabueze is the next in command. And she have destroyed a lot of Biafrans. The promise that I promised her is that she must fight Ngozi Orabueze, and that their negative energy, that their negative power they have, they will use it against each other. And Biafra, Omo Biafra will come back. They already start coming back because the truth is already there open.
yes.
So the only thing that I'm saying now is this one that she's saying, she never even started, because this is just the beginning.
Yes.
The worst is on the way coming, because Ngozi Orabueze to think that she can undo. No, she's not even the one doing it. It's the government of Nigeria pushing her, telling her the template, because this is what they gave her to do. Because she doesn't have brain to even plan all those things. Please. And also, where she failed woefully is our defense.
Yes.
She didn't have any access to our defense of our land. The killing happening in Biafra land, Ngozi Orabueze and her cabinet will be whole responsible for that.
100%.
And also, the more they are doing it, the more the world are seeing that our PM is innocent. He just there as a solution to these killings. Thank you,
You know what happened? They want to jeopardize the freedom of our prime minister, but in another way, they are vindicating him, because as they are trying to jeopardize him and make him rope him in, they are vindicating him. The thing is setting him free now. Everybody can see that the hand of our PM is not there. Now, Ngozi Orabueze and her cabinet are going to pay for all the crime taking place in Biafra land today.
Yes, and Ngozi Orabueze will pay all the damn money that our Biafran people contributed in that our New Dimension account. And let me say this song, please. This song goes to our people. Just 1 minute, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Also mmiri zowechi. Anwụ ya tiwe tiwe ala Chukwu ekwe n'aka ebe a n'ụlọ onye kpọrọ ya si.
Empowering the Fulanis to invade the entire Biafran territory. Well, Biafrans are asking that this is not good. All the Himalayan. Now the question is, Nko ga-agbabere oyi na-atọ. Nko ga-agbabere oyi na-atọ. Oyi na-atọ mo Biafra. Ha na-ajụzi ọ bụ gịnị na-eme? What is happening? People are confused. More than 70 days down the line has been used or delegated to endless arguments of recognition and supremacy. I am in charge, I am not in charge, I am not in charge, I am in charge. The same thing applies to Ogechukwu Nkere. What are you doing? Biafrans are dying. If you claim to be in charge, if you claim to be the right one, and this one is the fake, we don't even know the one that is right and fake. But by their fruits, you shall know them. Biafrans are saying this is not in the interest of Biafra. You can't push them to the place of slaughter. You can't give the enemy an advantage to annihilate and wipe them off. They are rejecting this proposal or position. This is not what Biafrans are expecting. Where are the defense force? Where are the system you claim that you are in charge of, that Mazi Simon Ekpa, you are still retaining the system or the structure of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Where is the system? Is that how Mazi Simon Ekpa handled the system? You have no excuse if you have claimed that the Biafran government have been fully restored. So you should be held responsible for the death of Biafrans in the homeland. Yes, because you have no other option. You have no other excuse to give. You have no other excuse to give. This we are putting up so that Biafrans will ask questions. And not some daft people, some irresponsible people, some who don't think with their own brain, with their own mind, will come here and be insulting themselves. Of course, I know how to handle that. We are here to interact. These are questions that must be asked. What is happening? What are you doing in defense of Biafra? You claim that Biafra has been fully restored. We are no longer in the Biafran Republic government in exile. We are now in the United States of Biafra. It has been fully restored, and the government is working. If the government cannot protect, the government you said that have been fully restored cannot protect, guarantee life, protection of life and property, then you are becoming a failed state even when before you started. It's quite unfortunate. So you must provide answers to these questions. What should inform? You are passing a bill even when there are no constitutions. The country has not been fully restored. What happens to the Biafran Charter that you can recall to? You are passing a bill as if it's a roadside business. It is quite laughable, and any responsible and sensible person must begin to ask questions. How do we get to this point? How do we get here? Who has hypnotized us? Who has brought us to this point that people are confused? They begin to ask, no, this is not the direction we want to go. It seems we have missed the track. Well, let me get to know what is your own take regarding this development, and what do you consider? Is it ripe? Is it wise to enact a law that Biafrans to begin to buy arms? You can imagine such sensibility, concordability, if the local dialect is quite unfortunate. Now, will you go is a gun? Will you go is a gun? People who are not trained should now take up arms in defense of themselves, and those communities will be wiped off. You know what is happening? People are not armed. Checkpoints everywhere. Let alone you are caught with a knife or a pistol. Defenseless citizens, defenseless civilians. Who has bewitched you, all foolish Biafrans?